Morning, everybody. Jason, PJ, Hollis Farms. PJ's around here chasing a dove or something. Oh, there she is. She saw a dove light a while ago on the ground. She's trying to sneak up on it. Anyway, first thing I'm going to do this morning, loggers is supposed to be down here in just a few minutes. And they about done where they're at, and they're wanting to look at where we got rained out here and see if it's dry enough. I think it is. They'll be somewhere dry enough now to work. So hopefully in the next 3 or 4 days, at least, you never know, they'll be back. But when I get done with that, I'm gonna come back. I brought me some bolts and stuff and work on the Rhino cutter, and then probably gonna do some cutting. I'm gonna keep whacking along at this cutting a little bit, and then I'm gonna got some road work I want to do. I got some spraying I got to do, but I want to get as much of this cutting that I'm wanting to do right now done before I unhook the cutter. So that's what we're fixing to do. All right, so I just had a meeting with the loggers. Oh, they looking at maybe 3 to 5 days to when they're coming back. Get my bolts out. I'm finna work on this tractor. 3 to 5 days when they're gonna move back in. And what was I thinking? Yeah, 3 to 5. It's still kind of wet where they got rained out. I couldn't believe it. We just went and looked at it, but we got some rain. And so another thing, I'm thinking about what I got to do. But anyway, where the panel trap is, about 3 this morning, that big old boar hog was in the middle of it. Could have caught him, wasn't awake. And starting early yesterday evening, that group of 7 or 8 was back, getting in the trough, the deer feed trough. Didn't even get close to going in the panel trap. So at some point, they're not just super regular, but they're regular enough. I think I could have caught them if I'd have put a drop trap. I just like the drop trap. I'm gonna move. I got one of my drop traps up there in front of the Ranger. I'm gonna move it up there one day and see. We got to get these things out of the way before the season gets here. The big boar hog, I'm not completely worried about. I think we can get him, but I want this group because I know there'll be some sows in there having some littling. But anyway, we're gonna work. It's it's right in the middle of the. But it's just hot in there, food on my hogs right now. But I'm gonna have to move the trap in there. But right now I'm fixing to fix this cutter. Hush. PJ, hush now. Now, let's see if we can get them tightened up. Oh. Let's see if we can get in here to all this. Pretty long, that's a little too long. I don't think these things had, yeah, they may have had lock nuts on them. Back in business. This one's been broke before, it's welded up, but I think we're ready to go. All right, I'm gonna check this. I brought a big Allen wrench. I'm gonna check his shaft and see what we can do with it. Alright, so this thing didn't move any yesterday after we got the blades timed right. I'm gonna see if I can figure out what's going on with this thing. That thing's tight in there. I never did get it. It ain't exactly right. Y'all can tell how it turns. It looks bent, but I'd have to cut that thing out of there. I'm gonna see if I can get her tight as I can. Got a few rounds on it. Maybe it won't back out. It's pretty tight now. Back in business, I think. Alright, so I've already cut this road one time when the loggers started to clear cut before they had to move out. Towards the end, where they're loading, they may have to use some of this road when they come back. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it again. I want to see how wet it is too. They said it's a little wet still out in the woods. It hasn't been out in the woods, I've just been around the edges of it. But I'm going to clean the end of it up in case they have to come in that way. just come through right there. It's been super wet. Out in there is where the beaver slough was, where we blew the beaver down. That right back there has been too wet to bush hog. So this is my main goal. This pine thicket right here is the one that they was backing the water up in. If it's on drier right up here in front of us a little bit, we really did some good. But this is a lot better than it's been. Monster moccasin right there. I know y'all can't see it. God, that's a big one. Great. Well, we got into some pretty rough cutting today. That one strip down through there, doggone beavers, that's all the same creek system where we've been blowing the dams. they trying to, well, they not trying, they have. They had the middle of the trail dammed up. Keep working on them things. Anyway, I never pulled a trailer, I don't think, with the buggy. I got 2 panels left on the panel trap, one panel and one gate. I think I'm gonna go in here if that thing's got a splitter on it with a double trigger wire so you can put 2 gates on it. I think some people's even splitting it where you can put 3 or 4, but anyway, I'm gonna go in here. It's like the hogs is coming around the opposite side from the gate now. That side's that big boar. He went in there last night. So if my trigger wire is long enough, I'm gonna go back and get my sledgehammer in case I have to move my T-post. I meant to get that a while ago. I have to get the camera a little closer to make this trigger wire reach this gate. I got to where I like, when I've been using this thing, I like both gates on the same end, but these things have been a little aggravating, so I think I'm gonna set it up kind of like a coon trap. One that's got to go on both ends where they can see through, whether that matters or not. It seems like they're coming around the back side, so I'm gonna put that gate there and put a little corn there and see if I can train them to go in there before I put them. I'm probably going to end up having to put a drop trap there. If I had to put a drop trap there, we'd be done by now. So, panel trap's okay when it works, but boy, that drop trap, if I had to have one, it'd be the drop trap. Alright, so I planned on just taking one panel out and putting the gate in, but the way that gate slides up and down, it's kind of binding, so I had a panel back in, kind of opening it up, and them slides on that pipe with them rings, and giving a little more room. I dropped it 2 or 3 times, so I think it's good now. No, it's hot. Anyway, had a pretty good day today. Got the Rhino cutter fixed, cut a bunch of grass, and did a little tuning and adjusting on the hog trap. Maybe we'll catch them rascals. I'm gonna move that drop trap in there shortly, early one morning when it's cool, if this don't do right. Anyway, we're gonna get them. Gotta get them out of that deer trough. Appreciate y'all watching. Out of here.